playing tight end is a tendency to absorb a lot of blows. You must be able to absorb that blow and dish it out and keep going.
Quick popper to John Mackey, and watch him shed tacklers. All of a sudden, he's got daylight.
When you're out there on that field, it's man against man. I feel there are no great men, only great challenges.
The player that got me hooked on football when I was a kid was Earl Campbell from the Houston Oilers.
Jim, one of the great young backs is Earl Campbell, and he will get a baptism of fire today against a Ram defense.
The one run that really stood out to everything Earl Campbell was about, which was heart, soul, and running with passion. He goes around the left side, linebacker squared up waiting for him, and he just pops the linebacker right in the chest and puts him on his butt.
He knocked Robertson on his back. Watch out! Earl Campbell is strong, and he will put his shoulders into your chest.
That Earl Campbell run where he comes out of the jersey and everything. You want to look up hard-nosed running in the dictionary, you'll see that play.
That was the quintessential Earl Campbell.
Boy, what a runner. And he leads the NFL in torn shirts.
The game's on the line, the stadium's going crazy, and the pressure's enormous.
It's crazy how we grew up. My father was a huge Jets fan and also a huge Giants fan. I know that you're not allowed to do that, but I grew up in a Jets and Giants household. A lot of my Jets memories are, I guess, disappointment.
At 1 point, the Jets led 24-6. And the Jets are reeling right now, baby.
I was there live with my father and my uncle. The clock was winding down.
Jets leading at 24-21. I believe Marino is saying I'm going to spike it.
It just so happens that year Bernie Kosar came to our team as a backup, and he always had this idea of using this fake spike play, and he never got to use it in Cleveland. And actually the last drive, you know, he mentioned like, hey, this might be a time we want to use this.
We are seeing another spectacular effort by Marino, who fires. Touchdown!
It was a fake. Marino was faking. He pretended as if he was going to spike by making that motion, and the Jets just relaxed on defense.
They catch the Jets napping.
It worked out perfectly. So I give him credit for that, Bernie, but I threw it, so I take credit too.
Has anyone ever given you advice that you've told us about it, we'd see it in your running style?
Not really, except for my college coach. He said never give up easy. When you're about to get tackled, just don't submit and say, okay, this is happening.
Walter Payton was a force to be reckoned with. The run where he's breaking through the line of scrimmage against Kansas City, showing nothing but power, energy, and force.
They get the Payton on a sweep to the right side. He gets a block from Reedy Sorry. Spins back inside. Ripped by one man. Still on his feet. Struggles away at the 20. Still battling. Breaks away at the 15. A touch. The ball is down to the 4-yard line. Sensational run by Walter Payton.
You know, they say good things come in small packages, and he packed a lot.
Payton came up with a superlative effort on that play. One of the greatest runs I have ever seen Walter Payton make.
This is where legends are made.
We're on the bus. We just finished the game. I had a team that was pretty much full of Cowboys fans, and they like to enjoy Eagles' misery.
Can you remember a more one-sided half?
And that was looking like one of them.
Touchdown, Kevin Boss. Giants 31, the Eagles 10, and that should wrap it up.
So they were all excited about it, and we're on the bus, and we're trying to watch it, and it wasn't as easy to watch back then as it is now, right? So reception was a little spotty.
Running with the football is Selleck. 10-5, touchdown! Oh my goodness, the Eagles are alive.
I was in shock watching it and just hoping.
All the way back, one at a time, DeSean.
14 seconds to go.
The game's on the line, the stadium's going crazy, and the pressure's enormous.
Matt Dodge cannot allow DeSean Jackson to run with the football.
Jackson bobbles it and now has to try and recover. DeSean Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding?
Holy.
DeSean Jackson still not in.
ridiculous. There's a certain level of excitement that that you don't feel as a player.
And the Eagles have just pulled off the most remarkable win I have ever seen.
This is Miracle in the Middle Inch #2.
It was like the best bus ride ever.
The Metrodome, she is all pumped up, sellout crowd.
There was a guy that made a run, probably the best run ever in the history of the NFL. Yeah, let me tell you about that play.
Denmeyer kicks off. Newsom is deep along with Ron Hill. It'll be Newsom who bobbles the ball. He'll have to do something with it. And the Cowboys at their half-yard line. Big opening for Tony Dorsett. Look out, he's got great speed. Dorsett down the sideline. Stays in bounds. Can you believe that? 99 yards. 99 yards and a half.
I'm a big fan of the number 33 because of Tony Dorsett. And I remember, I used to just hear the anchor man like, Tony Dorsett! He could go, Tony Dorsett! Tony Dorsett!
Tony Dorsett is in the record books. 99 yards.
That whole Tony Dorsett thing kind of was just like a little proud moment of mine just because I enjoyed just the hustle it takes to run 99 yards off a scrimmage and not give up like that, you know what I mean?
I'm running down there, and then there's one defender left. Drew Pearson threw a block, but he didn't knock the defender down. He pushed him further down the field. The guy pushes, but I always say he didn't have enough shove in his push or push in his shove to push me out of bounds, and I ended up going to the end zone for an NFL record-setting run.
He's fun to watch. One of the great athletes ever to play this game. Tony Dorsett goes 99 yards.
The incandescent Sayers goes careening into the corner with another touchdown. Behind a block by Bob Wataska, Sayers scoots across the goal line with his third TD of the day.
Well, I was born and raised in Chicago, and Chicago was very fortunate to get Gale Sayers.
As the saying goes, you ain't seen nothing yet.
First of all, just scoring 6 touchdowns in a game is ridiculous, but the run back for his 6th touchdown, just an amazing run.
Watch him now. Sayers, NFL Rookie of the Year. A one-man Gale. Dashing 85 dazzling yards on the longest punt return of the season. Here he is, galloping Gale, carrying the mail. This is his 6th touchdown of the game.
Whew, wow. It's just an amazing accomplishment. I don't know if there is a rock and roll equivalent to that, man.
We're going against Green Bay Packer team that we're defending world champions. Earlier in the week, we put a play in just for the Packers that was going in the red zone. And I went to Mike Shanahan and Gary Kubiak, and I said, I really don't like that play. And they say, well, John, in this location on the field, it's 100% of the time we get this coverage, and so this play should be wide open. Sure enough, we get down, there's 3rd and 6 on the 12. In comes the play. I get to the line of scrimmage, I look at it, and they're not in that defense. Therefore, I knew as soon as I got the ball, I was going to have to try to make something happen. I looked to the sideline first to find out where the first down marker was, to see if I could get there. 3 of the Packers were coming at me and decided that, I know they're thinking I'm going down. The only way I can get this first down is if I put my 6-inch vertical on them and go over the top.
You want to tell me the 37-year-old man doesn't want to win this game? Yeah, no, man. That's sacrifice.
I can still feel the adrenaline that was pumping through my veins at that point in time. Funny how things work out, that the play that I didn't like turned out to be one of the plays that I'm remembered for the most.
Trace, let's finish it out, man. Let's finish it.
So let's see what the Colts can do. They've got to get it in the end zone, kick the extra point to tie. But, again, we got Peyton Manning.
I mean, it was Peyton Manning here. I know we had Drew Brees, but this was Peyton Manning.
Let's go. It's what we live for.
Come on, defense. Come on, defense.
And it was a 3rd down play.
Tracy, watch the shot.
There's hunches you have. Sometimes those hunches can get you beaten, and other times there's hunches you have that prove to be right.
Manning in the shotgun, puts Collie in motion, looks in his direction. It's picked off! It's picked off! It's Tracy Porter! He's running free! He's going to go all the way! Hand down stretch! It is a Saint touchdown! 70 yards on the return!
Tracy felt like he'd seen this release pattern a few different times on third down, and he was dead on with what he felt was going to happen.
Jumped in front of Reggie Wayne, took the ball, and took it 70 yards for the score. Wow!
Made me cry, essentially, because I stood up. As soon as he had that pick, I knew it was over.
The miracle in Miami has happened.
You know, it was an unforgettable play.
Tracy Porter, grand larceny indeed.
What a catch by Tyree. The ball was on his helmet.
While for me, the Tyree catch was the best catch I've ever seen, the 2011 Manning to Manningham play is the best throw I've ever seen.
Super Bowl 46, the Patriots lead the Giants 17-15.
The Giants start from the 12.
I mean, we're backed up, and we're having trouble getting out of our own end zone just to be able to play in some kind of a wide open sequence.
Man, it's like, okay, we need something here, guys. We need something here, you know?
We've seen something like this before, haven't we?
Yes, we have. This is the drive.
Manning out of the shotgun set, and he's back to throw. Climbs the pocket, deep ball down the left sideline, and it's going to be caught. Was he inbounds? Yes! Manningham on the sideline.
It was a great throw. Great throw, great. It had to be right where it was. Chung is playing the half, okay? And Chung can run now. Chung is fast, very fast. But what Eli did was he looked Chung off just enough. He held him just long enough. Then he turned almost instinctively, and he rifled the ball.
That throw was so perfect that Manningham had no choice but to receive it.
It's not quite David Tyree, but that is pretty close.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better catch. With two guys on him, it's an over-the-shoulder catch. The fact that he got both feet inbounds, it was perfection.
Wow, that's just a great play.
Wow, he got his feet in. That is everything you have to ask from a wide receiver. Simply remarkable.
And that changed the whole outcome of that game right there.
I just feel like that game, there was such redemption. Even though we won the previous Super Bowl against the Patriots, for all those naysayers that say, oh, you got lucky, it was a fluke, it was miraculous, it's not a fluke if you do it twice.